year, new grind. I got a question for you. Are you living life, or is life living you? How bad do you want to be successful? Are you ready to level up in life? Are you ready to go to that next level? Are you sick of being average? I ask you again, are you living life, or is life living you? Less than unstoppable, the international world tour. Dr. Billy Alsbrooks, coming to a city near you. I'll be teaching a 4-hour, life-changing seminar on the art of greatness. Arise, champion. Every city will sell out. Get your tickets now. This year we're taking this thing global. 27 cities, Toronto, London, Paris, Rome. We're coming to impact 1 billion people. If you are serious about success, be at one of these events. Get your tickets now at blessedandunstoppable.com. They fear me, 'cause when I catch on, they're done. See, their need to feel safe has them playing the game of life timid. But you can't win succumbing to fear. To be the best version of you requires boldly attacking the things that scare you. When you feel lost, you breathe life into its potentiality. The hidden inside us is the most dangerous, but when you invite it to the surface and face it, then it becomes a weapon that thrusts you to greatness. Those who seek high achievement must become detectives of the mind. Success requires investigating the darkest corners of one's own thinking for any held beliefs that might rob one of greatness. Personal transformation requires constant examination of the mental programming and belief systems that have been accepted from the world. We must closely question, scrutinize, and disassemble each and every thought, making sure that our thinking will give birth to the type of life that we desire. When you discover yourself, you don't just find you find God. My flesh seeks applause, but the fire in me says I don't need it. My God won't fit in the box you keep trying to put him in. The dream too big to bloom in the house that you live in. My love for you is real, but I can't have a conversation down there. My heart burns, but it's hard for your soul to understand what I'm saying. Nothing can stop me. I'm bound for glory. There is no growth without the murder of the lesser in us. Only by dying to the lower levels of acknowledgement can we ascend to greatness. The wolf and dog in us must kill one another. This understanding permits us to climb the stairs of heaven, trading our mortal bodies for the celestial. We thirst for salt water. By drinking from the vast oceans of consciousness, the bridge to eternity is established. Bloody minds allow us to cross over. Virgin thinking, the wings that carry us. Lasting change requires one to first go to the guillotine, to lay the head down blindly on the chopping block. It's vital that we leave no evidence of this conspiracy behind. The previous limited existence of us must be fully eradicated. All memory of what was deleted from the record of reality. Even the weapon we used to commit this violent act must be discarded. All past awareness washed away in the river of new as we enter the self-induced coma of enlightenment. We must become murderers, sliding the noose around our own necks. We lynch our false self, putting the gun to our thinking. We now bow to a greater God, plotting premeditated acts of identity homicide. The bloodshed and massacre must be intentional. The kitchen knives and forks of deeper understanding penetrate the thief in us. Lying in a puddle of delusions, we slowly bleed to death. The personality dissolving into the belly of the starving, reborn at the butcher shop. Our new lungs exhale the divine. Are you a murderer? We must kill off our thinking, our old habits, our old ways, our old belief systems. To create the new life, first we must destroy. Destiny's child anxiously awaits to feel your loving arms. So precious are the little hands and feet of our dreams, the lungs of our unconscious waiting patiently to take their first breath, to look into the eyes of our own creation bonds us with God. We cannot have full manifestation of ourself until we can first swing the sword. Tomorrow's sun requires us to murder the comfort of today. Death, war, and struggle are the building blocks of life. We must kill off all traces of the lower version of ourselves. Engaging in active imagination, we can recreate the garden we so long for. Yes. By dividing the truths of inner awareness, spiritual procreation takes place. Mount the dream who arouses your soul and protect it with your thinking. All that's left is the flame. I'm bound for glory. The greater the struggle, the greater the destiny. The vicious birth pains of a dream only confirm the importance of it. To give up on a dream is to commit an abortion on a life one could have had. Let us not abandon our future victory for the illusions of today. Ignore not the cry of your own. Ignore not the burning fire within. Ignore not the tiny legs kicking in the belly of your dream. When we slaughter our fetus by way of fear and doubt, we become the victim. Maternal mortality stains us with the blood of what could have been. The inner tensions of needing evidence terminates our pregnancy. Heaven impregnates the imagination, planting its divine sperm in our minds. But it's our faith that must guard the womb that carries tomorrow. Each trimester requires a deeper conviction, a deeper belief that must fertilize the egg. We need not ask for permission to be that which we are. We need not seek approval to dream the dream that we've been given. We need not beg for validation to breathe the air that excites us. All we need to do is just burn. You can't stop fire. Bound for glory. And those whom he predestined, he also called. And those whom he called, he also justified. And those whom he justified, he also glorified. Romans 8:30. This is Dr. Billy Alsbrooks, and I am blessed and unstoppable. Impact 1 billion people. Motivational art. Welcome to the Loop. And to God be the glory. Grind is our ministry. Sweat is our worship. Greatness is our identity. Love is our power. Passion is our weapon. Faith is our shield. Wisdom is our ammo. And our vision makes it real. What if being like everyone else was failure? And what if to be rejected was actually success? And what if to die was to live? Don't let them put them labels on you. You can dream if you want to. Have your name in the lights if you want to. Shine. Not many people are bold enough to look in the emotional mirror to truly see themselves. But the ones that are discover in their own reflection a profound power that unlocks the world. Let's go deep. Pain and heartache are both powerful energy resources. Unrefined, their energy is destructive, but properly harnessed, they can become a superpower that will thrust you to the heights of greatness. Feed off of them, recycle them, and use them to climb. Dance with the flames, struggle, war, pain, Picasso, dream, motivational art, dream. Welcome to the Louvre. Are you brave enough to show the world the real you? Don't be like the sheep, slaughtered by fear and mediocrity. Average is the offspring of an unbelieving mind. Doubt and fear attempt to procreate without thinking in order to conceive through us another lamb for the slaughter. But you can dream if you want to. But you can dream if you want to. It's not your body that you need to quarantine. It's your mind. Grind is our ministry. Sweat is our worship. Greatness is our identity. Love is our power. Passion is our weapon. Faith is our shield, wisdom is our ammo, and our vision makes it real. Your doubt in me wasn't my liability. It was your weakness. Your underestimation of my determination was my camouflage. Blinded by the past, you never saw me coming. The whole time I was grinding and planting seeds, you were laughing, taunting me, and calling me crazy. Every day you got up engaged in doubt, complacency, and that local mindset. And while you were buying scratch-off lottery tickets, I was going all in on myself, betting on God to show up and show out as I serenaded the world. And one day, you woke up to reality slapping you in the face. Everything in your life a mess, infected with the stench of average, and I never had to say a word. My massive success testified to the blood, sweat, and tears that I shed for years. The process proved itself. The principles that govern greatness defended me, and every area of my life reflected the glory of my Heavenly Father. Now no one doubts my dream anymore, not even you, because it's a reality. Sincerely yours, the one you doubted. Checkmate. And all the choir sang, you can dream if you want to. You can dream if you want to. You can dream if you want to. Have your name in the lights if you want to. What if being normal, being like everyone else, was failure? And what if rejection was actually success? I dare you to be you. Those that seek and need approval disqualify themselves. Grind is our ministry. Sweat is our worship. Greatness is our identity. Love is our power. Passion is our weapon. Faith is our shield. Wisdom is our ammo. And our vision makes it real. Destiny bows to unwavering faith. And you have the power on the inside of you to create and usher in the change that you want to see in the world. Decide what it is that you want out of life. What is worth committing your whole life to? Seek the depths of your spirit. Follow the music down to the depths of your soul and discover that answer. Then close your eyes and dream. Paint that image so vivid on the canvas of your mind. Move your thinking to that new desired destination. Pack up the U-Haul and move every ounce of your being to that place that you desire, leaving no breadcrumbs behind so that you get lost there, so that you can never find your way back to where you are now. You have to plant your feet so deep in the dream state. And do not yield. Do not surrender to your physical senses that will without a doubt attempt with all their power to deny and reject your acceptance of this new dream. You must remain steadfast and keep projecting belief through them in such a way that it draws, establishes, and attracts the things that you desire into reality. You have to command your physical senses to radiate the equivalent sensations on all levels to that which you will be immersed with when the new desired mental image manifests itself into existence. You must assassinate and overthrow the inner government of fear and doubt that has ruled as a dictator in your life since the beginning. It is time to awaken, inherit the promises, seize the moment, take possession. The world is yours. Grind is our ministry. Sweat is our worship. Greatness is our identity. Love is our power. Passion is our weapon. Faith is our shield. Wisdom is our ammo. And our vision makes it real. Building a massive sized dream is a type of vision warfare. Anyone who doesn't support your dream is the enemy or being used by him. I will forgive people who cross me and even give them a second chance. But when a person doubts me and my dream, it's over. I will forgive them, but I will never, ever grant them that same access to me again. Because I know it's not the body that we need to quarantine, it's our mind. Fearless is the one who truly awakens to the power of God. Success must be first built in the mind, and this requires mastering the art of creative imagination by way of a disciplined, unwavering focus. You see, the law of attraction is about abandoning what never was and returning to that which has always been. To manifest and unleash the full power of this law of attraction, we must close our physical eyes and then embrace a total state of amnesia to that which we no longer desire in life. And this requires a full rejection and total mental abandonment of our current state or circumstance. We must unlearn and become unaware of that which is no longer welcome. We must dream and imagine a new desired state or condition with 4K, high resolution mental imagery. This new state of awareness must be firmly established within us by way of feeling. We must do this in such a way that our new desired state is the only one acknowledged. And all the choir sang, grind is our ministry, sweat is our worship, greatness is our identity, love is our power, passion is our weapon, faith is our shield, wisdom is our ammo, and our vision makes it real. We are and always have been one with God. Our acceptance of a separate identity allows the illusions of physical barriers and earthly limitations. We have unlearned that which we are, and by doing so, we have castrated ourselves from the divine power residing within us. Man's final resurrection will take place when he becomes unaware of this false, unlearned, delusional state and again sees himself accurately as one with God. Because prayer is not about asking God for something, it's about bringing heaven to earth in order to manifest what God has already given us. When we pray and worship, we need to do more than just raise our hands and voices. We need to raise our thinking. Prayer is not an asking process, it is a creative one. For the power of prayer to be fully realized, one must move from asking out of sense of lack to that of projecting an awareness of already having that which God has given. And by doing so, we align with the manifestation process required to create the desired outcome. Only the believer who ascends to this level of understanding can truly unlock the full power of Almighty God. And the choir sang, grind is our ministry, sweat is our worship, greatness is our identity, love is our power, passion is our weapon, faith is our shield, wisdom is our ammo, and our vision makes it real. Truth to match, dancing with flames, the beauty of crazy, the genius product of insane, cubism poetry. Picasso lives. It's not what you have, buddy, but it's what you're willing to give. Live. Let the savage loose. No truce, no negotiations. Be yourself, no retracements. Penetrate her soul with fire. Words of power, longer desire. Climbing higher and higher. You can dream if you want to. Have your name in the lights if you want to. Like Bob Dylan rolling thunder. What sky are you sleeping under? I hear Beethoven serenading, acoustic guitars, Metallica playing. As the stars fall down one by one, I soar past the sun, done. Grateful for all that God has done. The canvas begging for the brush. My art screaming, telling others to hush. As I burst at the seams, pregnant with dreams, laser beams, crushing their small time thinking, getting high without drugs or drinking. Truth to match, dancing with flames, spiritual marine, war and pain, rebuilding the temple, Persian King Cyrus, by faith immune to the virus, by faith immune to the virus. Burn. This is the anthem for the rejected. Greatness, opinions, all subjective. Quarantine your mind, be selective. Fate, hope, and love is the message. Fearless warrior, bold, young, and restless. Class in session, truth is the lesson. Unstoppable, Drake down in the blessing. Fate, hope, and love, that's the message. And the choir sang, grind is our ministry, sweat is our worship, greatness is our identity, love is our power, passion is our weapon, faith is our shield, wisdom is our ammo, and our vision makes it real. Motivational art. Welcome to the Louvre. I'm Dr. Billy Alsbrooks. Blessed and unstoppable. Impact 1 billion people. And to God be the glory. They think I'm crazy. They think I'm out of my mind. They think I'm just a dreamer. They've always underestimated me. See, they think I'm beaten. They think they've broken my spirit. They said ain't no way he's gonna get up off the mat this time. He's done. They expect me to quit. They expect me to give up. They're waiting on me to wave that white flag. They think I'm all defeated. They can't wait to laugh at my demise. They can't wait to see me fall. They never believed in my dream. Yeah, they thought those death threats would scare me. I'm immortal. Haters tend to write their history in pencil. This way, if you ever blow up, they can erase their actions and pretend that they supported you all along. But that ain't gonna work with me, cause I remember what you did. How the spirit of Jezebel got in you to try to break me. You were too stupid to see that the enemy was using you. As you crushed me into a million pieces, I just got stronger. Trials and tribulations are just chaotic voids, begging to be penetrated by the power of the mind. The stumbling block of man is his ignorance as to where God's power truly resides. He looks externally for the keys to his freedom, not knowing that the means to his liberation is already within him. One must die to the knowledge of limitations in order to rise above it. I am immortal. A million times you have tried to discourage me and rate me with your small mind. I died to the silly ways of your conformity, and I have learned to thrive in the midst of chaos. Who cares anymore about your little opinion? It's what's in me that's going to make me. Now take me to the river of enlightenment. Cast your indictments as the water acquits me. I am immortal. Why do you look to the sky for what's already in your heart? David's God is living within you. The ancient scriptures are the key to liberation, but reading them with mortal eyes has caused you to make a prison of them. Begging, confused with prayer, gibberish, sold as faith. Citizens of the world all synchronizing in chaos as daddy sits there on the throne of silence. What hurt me then shall pay me now. What broke me then shall make me now. Each failed relationship has the power to make a legend. Like alchemists who turn heartache into literary gold. Common souls wear a mask. No tolerance for pain, but the insane fearlessly pursue the love. The genius residing in the creative makes him immortal. Invincible are the poets whose truth are eternal. First name legend, last name immortal. Doubters can't stop a person who trusts God with the sky. When you start playing the game of life timid and start believing, God will put a kind of wind under your wings that'll have you looking down on the haters. It's hard for those born in the dark to believe that there is such a thing as day. But for those who dare to dream, the sun will rise in the morning. I say for those who dare to dream, the sun will rise in the morning. Let us all burn with the knowledge of immortality. As the flame burns, death shall not see the mind of the blind. The stomach of worms shall starve forever. Her hands of age shall not touch the oblivious. Those dancing idiots shall sing to infinity. Whoever dare look into the mirror of eternity, their mortality shall long be forgotten in the arms of days. I am immortal. Greatness requires being bold enough to do something that doesn't make sense to the rest of the world. Only those brave enough to be misunderstood earn the right to be called legends. There's a reason that kings don't talk too long to peasants. Because if they do, the peasants start believing that they too are royalty. You saw my kindness as a weakness. You thought because I granted you access that you were an equal with me. But only hungry eyes can see the beauty of wisdom. Only thirsty ears can hear the voice of truth. Only the tired heart can digest understanding. Only the weak soul can swallow revelation. Champions turn every mistake, defeat, and failure into a testimony. I'm immortal. I am the voice for those who have none. I am the light for those born in the dark. I project the power for all the souls out there who are weak. I am the fire for those who are lukewarm. I am the passion for those who have yet to find theirs. I am the climb for those who who have no stairs. I represent all the hurting souls who were told they would never be nothing. I am immortal. Motivational. Dr. Billy Alsbrooks. And I am blessed and unstoppable. Somebody out there needs to hear this right now. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't live your dream. Tell them find true music. Impact 1 billion people. This is motivational art. I am immortal. Welcome to the Louvre. And to God be the glory. To those who by patience and well-doing seek for glory and honor and immortality, He will give eternal life. Romans 2:7. Average people have love affairs with excuses. But dangerous is the man that understands the only enemy is the one that he sees in the mirror. Champions own their dreams and they hold themselves accountable to their actions. They would rather die than live within the limits of mediocrity. Warriors understand that to be average is to not live at all. Therefore they choose discipline and commit themselves to doing day in and day out what it takes to achieve greatness. Champions put an inner standard in place that makes them unstoppable. They get up every single day and dominate. These are the game changers that won't settle for second place. Anything second to them makes them sick. When a champion sets foot in the ring, you can smell the hunger. When a warrior sets foot on the field, you can feel the presence of greatness. When a young king steps foot on the court, you can see the fire and ambition in his eyes. His dedication and devotion to his craft introduces him before he ever says a word. You can feel and sense the presence of a warrior who's got greatness on his mind. What you are seeing is the birth of a legend. Defeat cannot take root in a mind that starves it of oxygen. Champions cultivate an inner soil that is infertile to losing. Dangerous is the man who understands his only enemy is the one he sees in the mirror. Blessed and unstoppable. Dangerous is the one who fell in love with the grind, who married the process, who's addicted to sweat, who has an inner standard of greatness that won't allow him to be anything other than the best version of himself. Dangerous is the man whose mouth is allergic to excuses. Dangerous is the one who can see the dream clear in his mind and refuses to let go of it, who gets up every single day and pursues that dream with reckless abandonment. Warrior only knows one word, and that word is victory. Champion gets up every day and executes. He focuses on the small things, cause he knows if he masters the small things, the big things will eventually come bow to him. Dangerous is the man who refuses to quit. Although he gets knocked down, he refuses to give up. The overcome will not tap out. Defeat, losing is not an option. They refuse to concede to any other outcome than victory. Repetition, practice, training is all he lives for. His appetite relentless, his spirit restless, his mind fearless, his approach boldness, his style ruthless, his legacy chasing greatness. Dangerous is the man that understands his only enemy is the one that he sees in the mirror. No more excuses. I'm Billy Alsbrooks, and I am blessed and unstoppable. 1 billion people, to God be the glory. Successful people engage in only 2 types of activities: seizing opportunity or creating it. Now, greatness is an art. The brush that we use to paint this canvas of success is our mindset. The colors we assemble to bring that masterpiece to life are vision, discipline, grind, and perseverance. Now, to excel at this radical form of expression, we must stay focused and not let the distractions of the world interfere with our work. Now, every day, we must go to the altar of commitment and reconfirm our vows. From a burning state of truth, our hands must aggressively chase perfection. As artists of excellence and high achievement, we must never introduce the fear of failure into our work. Nor should we ever let the opinions of others deter us from pursuing our God-given destiny. May our sweat water the garden of dreams. May our dedication be the sun that makes our goals bloom. And may our why destroy any wall that dare stand against us. The actions we take are the hammer and chisel that carve our life into success. They are the brush and paint that transform our canvas of existence into greatness. They are the piano keys and guitar strings that make our life a song to remember. The warrior must do more than just fall in love with a dream. They must also marry the grind that it takes to make it a reality. Destiny believes in absolute equality. Therefore, every individual gets to experience the life their thinking deserves. It's not our president, political parties, government officials, the police, or some secret privileged elite establishment that continues to enslave us, but rather the inner dictators of our own minds. Now, when we seek to change the world by external means, we only fool ourselves into a deeper form of bondage. The fullness of the Emancipation Proclamation, set in motion by President Lincoln in 1862, can only be experienced and enjoyed by those who understand where real liberation comes from. Those who have yet to awaken to this fact will continue to remain shackled and imprisoned behind the iron bars of blind thinking. Regardless of their promises, no civil rights organization, no political party, no presidential candidate, no dream team law firm, nor any religious denomination can usher in what only us as individuals have the power to do. Slavery, since the beginning of time, has proven over and over that she is ignorant of all color. She does not discriminate on who she wishes to enslave. Anyone whose thinking will allow her to be their slave master, she will lash ruthlessly with her cruel whip of limitations. Her ownership can only be overthrown by the awareness of where her authority truly resides, and that place is in the mind. The true freedom riders of humanity will point us not to the voting polls of a future November, but rather to the liberating power residing within our own skulls right now. The laws of greatness are ignored and seen as madness to the common man. Those who want and desire to be massively successful must first take their mind and ways to the guillotine. The blessed and unstoppable believer understands that trials and tribulations are just chaotic voids begging to be penetrated by the power of the mind. Those who desire next level living must join the insurgency against the dream murdering regimes of average and complacency. Greatness can only be achieved by all-out war. This requires an aggressive, ruthless, daily attack on all corners of one's existence until the full overthrow and annihilation of the internal totalitarian government that enslaves the common man. To become the best version of you, you must do more than just think outside the box. You must totally destroy it. Your life should be a relentless form of subversive art that disrupts the false illusions of human limitations. Make no apologies to the ignorant for displaying the truth within you. Those who displayed genius, those who projected greatness, those who arose from nothing to become something were all first laughed at, doubted, and made fun of. The rejection of the world did not stop them. It merely intensified their desire to overcome the struggle and ascend to even higher levels of achievement. The world belongs to the bold. The warrior understands that to grind with bold action is the most powerful prayer of them all. The common man does not choose his destiny. Fear decides it for him. Many seek to attain greatness in order to feel loved or accepted. However, since the beginning of time, the laws that govern high achievement have testified that greatness at first is always rejected and misunderstood. A fully awakened believer is not subject to external circumstances. He is the master of them. There is not some political messiah out there that can set us free. Liberation comes from within. One must die to the knowledge of limitations in order to rise above them. Anything standing opposed to the manifestation of heaven's truth on earth can be dissolved in the anointed fire of wisdom. Relationship with God opens up the door to unimaginable power. Having a deep connection to the Creator initiates the eternal marriage between truth and self. The love child born from this union is spiritual awareness, and out of it flows a profound level of higher understanding. Glorious is the day that the mind awakens to its full authority. Christianity is a way of life. It's not about going to some building every Sunday praying to a God far away in the sky. Christianity is awakening to the full understanding that God lives within us and that we have the full power and capability to achieve any righteous outcome that we desire. It is not a passive, sit back and let things happen type of existence. It is an aggressive art of living that declares and then projects the promises of God upon any circumstance or situation that arises. When one ascends to the highest revelations of Christianity, they become a spiritual architect whose only goal in life is to design, build, and construct the kingdom of God. This person understands that true prayer is not about asking God for something, but rather about aligning every aspect of one's life up with what God has already given. When we become Christians, we worship in spirit and truth, which means our actions are the offering that we honor our Maker with. The love that is ignited internally from Christianity should become an all-consuming fire that overflows into our external environment, setting everything in our life ablaze. We should shun, ignore, and then destroy the illusions of anything that runs contrary to the word of God by radiating truth. It's not about us going to war with sin. It's about us returning to the garden state of becoming ignorant of sin altogether. Christianity is about unlearning everything that we have learned of this world so that we can become all that God has ordained and anointed us to be. When we as Christians return to this I am state referenced in the scripture, everlasting peace and order shall finally prevail in this universe. The stumbling block of man is his ignorance as to where God's power truly resides. He looks externally for the keys to his freedom, not knowing that the means to his liberation is already within him. The more one acknowledges separation from the Creator, the less power that individual will function in. When a believer awakens to the power of his mind, he finally discovers how close God really is. God did not hide his heaven beyond the stars. He strategically placed his palaces of wisdom and truth inside each and every one of us. He, unaware of the God that lives within, becomes a slave to the body that he wears. The ignorant cloak of flesh enslaves his mind with the delusions of imitations. God is not hiding himself from us. It's our lack of awareness and understanding that blinds our eyes to his presence. Only hungry eyes can see the beauty of wisdom. Only thirsty ears can hear the voice of truth. Only the tired heart can digest understanding. Only the weak soul can swallow revelation. As believers, we get not our power from the moral laws of Christianity, but rather from the awareness of God's fire within us. Adherence to the moral laws alone will never ignite the flame of authority, but the inner fire, once discovered, will burn and purify us into a state that aligns with righteous morality. Any attempts to live in a moral Christian life without the inner spirit's guidance will be in vain. Those who are ignorant of the inner dwelling of God cannot fully walk in truth, nor can they comply fully with the moral written word that demands awareness of it in order to fulfill itself. The believer who wishes to walk in the fullness of God's power must shun religion and its impotent rituals altogether in exchange for a deep, intimate, personal relationship with the Creator. One cannot understand the depths of the written word, nor can one tap into its infinite spiritual dynamite without reading it through the flame. The one who truly seizes the universe within cannot have his desires rejected by the world. Each believer who comes into this profound revelation becomes a vessel of divine miracles. These anointed minds will write and perform their own modern book of Acts that glorifies and ushers in the kingdom of God. And though I see not, I believe. Though I hear not, I believe. I know not, but still I believe. And when my eyes go blind, I will see. And when there's no evidence to testify, I will have faith. And when it doesn't make sense, still I will trust. Though my body is weak and overcome with doubt, my soul will not waver, nor shall my spirit ever concede. There will be challenges and there will be storms. There will be battles and crowns of thorns. There will be wounds, scars, and many defeats. But I shall be victorious because God is in me. I said I shall be victorious because God is in me. And that same God is in you. Look within. This is Dr. Billy Alsbrooks, and I am blessed and unstoppable. Impact 1 billion people. God still moves. Motivational art. Welcome to the Louvre. Fire true music. And to God be the glory. Feel like a clown with no makeup on. Circus of the mind burning up with a fever song. Sitting on this plane, sir, please keep your mask on. Forbidden whispers hear the struggle in my vocal tone. I feel so empty in this crowded room, I'm all alone. Don't expect them to apologize, they ain't never wrong. Wood court, jump man, I'm the one they stepping on. Drowning in the city, trying to breathe through my headphones. I wanted love, but she kept me in the friend zone. Swimming in her lines, got me choking on a fishbone. Mind blown Superman, gotta put the cape on. Words on fire, mouth spitting through the megaphone. I see your pictures trying to kiss you through my iPhone. My heart breaking, you can hear it in your earphones. I'm in the future laying roses on my headstone. Sitting on this plane, sir, please keep your mask on. I feel so bitter, just can't seem to let the past go. I know I gotta let it go, but don't know how though. Revenge flow, feeling dizzy, fighting vertigo. Free to Kalo, walls up like Jericho. I saw you cheating, but I wasn't even there though. Me and Frederick Nietzsche wrote about it in a book though. Slow-mo, dancing with your shadow down in Mexico. Making love, tongue kissing to the cellos. I feel so angry, never fitting with the status quo. Rejected, segregated, dark souls, Jim Crow. Mic like a woman penetrating in the studio. Too scared to tell it like it is, so we tiptoe. Comfort food, order door, dashing dominoes. This is who I am, naked, no clothes. OJ Simpson, I feel like him in that Bronco. I know I gotta do it, but I just don't wanna let you go. Big birds in the sky, we fly. Politicians on the news telling more lies. Shadows in the sheets, sunrise. Song of the dead, watch the people rise. Big birds in the sky, we fly. Politicians on the news telling more lies. Shadows in the sheets, sunrise. Song of the dead, watch the people rise. I feel like a clown with no makeup on. Circus of the mind burning up with the fever song. Forbidden whispers hear the struggle in my vocal tone. Sitting on this plane, sir, please keep your mask on. Bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. I'm numb inside, I can't feel you anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. Raised on my wrist, I can't bleed anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. I'm numb inside, I can't feel you anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. Raised on my wrist, I can't bleed anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. I'm numb inside, I can't feel you anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. Raised on my wrist, I can't bleed anymore. Why could he not see the gift that you are? Your lips were timid when I first tasted them. I could sense the pain that he had caused you. I could hear the screams of your trampled soul. My eyes calmed your fears as my fingers traced you. You you suffered in silence as he fed his lusts. Even the ones before him couldn't see the depth of your treasure. Their eyes consumed with desire, none could hear you. Climbing into bed to feed their 2-minute ego, all missing the beauty of your mind. You were designed by God to be more than a glance. So I stand here with my lungs open and attempt to breathe you. Why could he not see the gift that you are? All the days that you gave to him, all the nights that you lay thirsty to be heard, to be seen below the surface, more than just his bedroom trophy. I bite your neck to chew away at his memory. I scratch your flesh to erase his fingerprints. I climb in you to feed your starving stomach. I pin you down to write a new beginning. My spirit licks you for hours, mending your scars. For days I kiss you, the blood in your heart. Mental grenades, our conversations explosive. My soul on fire, burning for your everything. Why could he not see the gift that you are? Bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. I'm numb inside, I can't feel you anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. Raised on my wrist, I can't bleed anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. I'm numb inside, I can't feel you anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. Raised on my wrist, I can't bleed anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. I'm numb inside, I can't feel you anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. Raised on my wrist, I can't bleed anymore. The air that I breathe belongs to you. My lungs pay rent to your love. Your fingertips, the poet that opens my pages. The smell of your hair, my serenity. Your teeth, the thief that climbs my walls. Our bed, the altar that you bow to. Your lips, the dagger that pierces my soul. Our intimacy, a wild, aggressive animal. Your eyes, the fire that saves me. The mirror, the witness to our wrongs. Your vulnerability, my unshakable addiction. The warmth of your face, the voice of my truth. Your nails, the claws that erase my hesitation. Our tongues, the ancient language of pleasure. Your voice like butterfly kisses from above. Our climax, the sonata Beethoven composed. Bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. I'm numb inside, I can't feel you anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. Raised on my wrist, I can't bleed anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. I'm numb inside, I can't feel you anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. Raised on my wrist, I can't bleed anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. I'm numb inside, I can't feel you anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. Raised on my wrist, I can't bleed anymore. I can see you standing there in the distance. The air of you, the reflection of heaven. My wings trace your skies and honors the squares and rectangles. Fight for new territory. Held together by endless love. Both of us slaves to history. It seems as though we're in two different dimensions, but somehow able to feel one another. Now, every word out of my mouth a prayer. My everything worships you. But it's not some dead ritualistic commodity. It's alive and breathing. Like a starving wolf, I seek you, pursuing the scent of your call. Your touch, the clouds that I dream on, imagining the gift of forever. Our wilderness consumed with fire, but there's a sense of order here. The intensity with which we hold the stars makes all the other galaxies jealous. That stubborn sandman keeps throwing snow on me, but your waves are paradise. My face boldly chasing the mother of light. I burn for a glimpse of you. My face boldly chasing the mother of light. I burn for a glimpse of you. I knock on the doors of time, my knuckles bruised and bloody. Our thirsty tongues kissing, wrapped tightly around eternity. What if living in the future actually means going backwards? If I dug up the dirt of antiquity, what century would I find us in? On what continent would our devoted love find itself? Would your eyes still melt me in Paris? Would your lips still taste like Rome? Would our relationship be the art of Vienna? Would our embraces make the pyramids envious? Like Japanese mushrooms, this love is explosive. No wind could uproot the hurricane bond between us. We conspire to rob tomorrow so that we can breathe the age of today. The return of Bonnie and Clyde, banging on the doors of time. Bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. I'm numb inside, I can't feel you anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. Raise on my wrist, I can't bleed anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. I'm numb inside, I can't feel you anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. Raise on my wrist, I can't bleed anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. I'm numb inside, I can't feel you anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. So much pain, I can't take it anymore. I say, bang on the door, bang on the door. Raise on my wrist, I can't bleed anymore. Love you and have for generations. Time could not stop me from finding you. I could smell your devotion light years away. No sun or star could blind my eyes to you. Gravity no match for the pull of our passion. My ears could hear the beat of your heart like breadcrumbs leading me back to you. One of these lifetimes we'll figure out how to manage the intensity of our bond. Our hands finally able to hold the soul of one another forever cannot tear us apart, but rather only confirms our truth. I traveled through the ages seeking the taste of your lips. I was killed 100 times on my way back to you, but death could not hold me. Your legs wrapped themselves around my tomorrow, refusing to let me go. As my nails clawed the darkness of space to dance with you again, I rode the train of light to reunite with the fire in your eyes. I love you and have for generations. I said I love you and I have for generations. Why do you feel what you feel? Let the truth of my words protect you. Run to my memory, hide from their tomorrow. Kiss my eternal and the shadows will leave. There's no need to be scared or anxious. The leaves of love shall calm the soul. Past sins and wrongs of lovers, none can penetrate the walls of our bond. Those voices in the dark will seek to speak. Their screams no match for our energy. Candles of serenity shall soothe the spirit. The scars will mend in the light of day. I shall be the sun that warms your face, the wind that blows your mind. Camouflaged by the depth of our connection, nothing can find you at the bottom of me. Invisible, the intensity of our bond. I'm not your modern bird of truth. I'm ancient loneliness. I stand guilty of being the flame responsible for the inferno. I lit your burn. Those silly minds that resist my literary children, who could dance with a stubborn purple tyrant. His rhythm unique to the fugitives of this world. I just wave with laughter. I said I just wave with laughter. Have you seen the flowers that I planted on the moon? Be sure to do that on your way to Mars, Elon. I travel the road most spit on as I seek to breed my soul, the gangster teddy bear that hugs the lost. Once you understand me, you'll never let me go. Until then, goodbye. I said until then, goodbye. I sing the song of Achilles pulling his horse into battle. We must be brave on this journey through dreamland, whose teeth are ravishing my destiny. Sometimes you have to live in a different century to find the now. No one cares in real life. So I married the fantasy. One day I hope to die living. I say it again, one day I hope to die living. Today we drown in the second flood of imitation. The only sane one lives in the desert asylum. There's plenty more wisdom in Jerusalem, but all the flights are booked. So I sought the savage messiah in Boston. Tired of walking on eggshells, I got me some skates. Let's explore the city where much has been forgotten. Follow me, I say. Hey, hey, revolution, follow me, I say. Somebody call the social mafia, the poets inciting violence. Poetic Nashville, boom! Today we drown in the second flood of imitation. The only sane one lives in the desert asylum. There's plenty more wisdom in Jerusalem, but all the flights are booked. So I sought the savage messiah in Boston. Tired of walking on the eggshells, I got me some skates. Let's explore the city where much has been forgotten. Follow me as we throw the tea into the harbor. I said follow me as we throw the tea into the harbor. Long live the revolution! Who knew about the Tin Man and his oil addiction? Plastic seagulls soar through the minds of virgins. The homeless man said he knew the way to liberation, but I didn't have any change to give him, so I changed the subject. Twisted tales of fake lambs and politicians. Tired of this land, I'm leaving with Columbus. Listen, all you sheep, gather around. There is no political messiah coming to save you. The messiah has already came, and he has put the power in you to do whatever he has called you to do. Now all you sheep who refuse to think for yourself, who get your information from fake news, all of you sing in harmony with me now. Green dunes of heretics that paint truth. I sat under the paintbrush and was splattered with infamy. Who knew the butcher would lead the storm? How many baby spiders would it take to piece me back together? The East never made sense, so I sat in the West. Once you understand me, you'll never let me go. Until then, America, goodbye. I said until then, America, goodbye. It's not the Chinese that I'm at war with. It's your algorithm. What is mightier, the pen or the sword? The fire or the algorithm? One day I'll die 5 minutes ago. Until then, keep the lies coming. Who knew the scarecrow lived in the city? Tangerine love sets the sky ablaze. Be sure to bring peanuts to the media circus. Those donkeys and elephants lust for power, but all my votes go to the clowns. Make sure your mask is over your nose. Sure thing, Pinocchio. Make sure your mask is over your nose. Sure thing, Pinocchio. Now I want to ask you, how many lies can a politician tell in one sentence? Lady Shady says there is no dissension. We're all united around stealing your country. Let us all stand and salute the drag as the race continues. Our country bleeds. Don't tread on us or I'll put on my red coat. Give me liberty or give me death. Make sure your mask is over your nose. Sure thing, Pinocchio. I said make sure your mask is over your nose. Sure thing, Pinocchio. Where's Lee Harvey when you need him? Probably sipping Jack with Jack down in Cuba. Nothing counts but dancing with the stars as democracy dies. All eyes on Nelly. Did rock and roll die or was it murdered? I guess only dead Beatles can imagine, but all my votes go to the clowns. Make sure your mask is over your nose. Sure thing, Pinocchio. These blue bunnies believe in ghosts. That explains the dead casting votes. How do you know your name? 'Cause CNN told you so. How do you know your name? 'Cause CNN told you so. They got rid of Mama and her kitchen. Now we have to eat from their table. Keep those stimulus checks coming. My great-grandkids will vouch for me. Make sure your mask is over your nose. Sure thing, Pinocchio. Sure thing. What does life look like beyond the veil? The young pawns have become masters of the situation. They wrestle with intense conviction, resistant conformity. Lack of action makes the dream sterile, while the burn of yesterday causes the blisters of tomorrow. Now listen, anyone who will lie to themselves will lie to you. Those who lead revolutions need not apologize, but America has no appetite for change. I say America has no appetite for change. Yellow jacket eyes look upon the horizon, content with the ways of lazy obedience. How dare they actually think for themselves? To hear the whisper in the flame is to discover freedom. Blue bunnies dance under the rainbow while 72 million scream to be heard. Who really controls the conversation? Who spit on the republic and called it democracy? What they don't want you to know, what they don't want you to find out is they have no power, it's you. Old lost churches now bow to donkeys. The rain of lies washing away liberty. They tore the fabric and then asked for unity. Seahawks riot in the streets of deception while their machines dictate public opinion. No need to buy that which you can steal, but America has no appetite for change. When politicians don't hear our whisper, boom, long live the revolution. Who really controls the conversation? The struggle is real, but you know you were meant for more. That dream that's on the inside of you just won't shut up, 'cause you know you were meant for more. You've always been different. They never understood you. They've always doubted you, 'cause you're different. But you know something that they don't know. You know to be successful you cannot follow the masses. You gotta be different, and you are bold enough to be you. You've always been different. Success ain't for everybody. B7U clothing, wear your identity. Blessed and unstoppable. Success starts with putting the right things into your mind. And my new book, Blessed and Unstoppable, was strategically designed to align your mind with the laws of success. This curriculum will teach you the inner mechanics required to go from average to phenomenal. From living a life with limits to being blessed and unstoppable. As you follow this guide step by step, amazing breakthroughs will happen. New doors of opportunity will open, and favor will begin to chase you down. Blessed and Unstoppable is a 31-day devotional on the laws of success. This book will instigate the thought process and actions required to transform your life. Each day has a Bible verse, a teaching on that day's principle, a positive affirmation, a prayer for the day, self-assessment questions, success quotes, action steps, and a powerful inspirational message. Regardless of what field you're in, Blessed and Unstoppable is your blueprint for success. Get your copy at blessedandunstoppable.com. Also available on Amazon.